Advanced Play Season Game is selected. You have 4 options. Play full game. Entering team select screen. The Las Vegas Raiders, the home team, are selected. Ready?
It's week 4 of the National Football League, and our focus goes to Trayvon Mullen. He got the QB not once, but twice last week with a pair of interceptions. It's the Raiders and the Broncos, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, it's week 4. We've got what should be a great one here between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Entering play call screen.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Entering play call. Hunt plan. Clear. Cat. Formation. I form. Single back. Wing. Empty and AHP. Spacing. AHP inside zone.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Triangle button.
Here's Carr to throw.
Triangle button.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down. And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury, but there's a silver lining to them, is that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play? Or have they not prepared well, thinking they'll never get on the field, and they'll go out there and hurt their team?
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver after a high-profile trade this offseason that saw him dealt from Seattle.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
6 categories.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Cross button. R1 button. Square button. Square button.
They begin with a run by Barkley. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the 2nd drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Entering play call formation. I form. Play type. There are run. RPO. Pass. Quick pass. Stick. Goal line fade.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Cross button. Cross button.
Here's Carr.
Triangle button.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Play action. Now it's Carr.
R1 button. Square button.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Entering play call. Coverts. A post white cross. Circle button.
They fake the handoff. Now
R1
Carr.
button. R1 button.
That's
Cross
caught
button.
by Hollister. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down. The Raiders at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 9.
Square button. Cross button.
Carr.
Circle button. Square button.
Touchdown! Davante Adams. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. 5 plays there on that drive. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
You have 6 options. Pick off left is selected.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Wilson will throw again. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. He's got Hamler on the out route. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Play type, there are 8 categories. There are 6 subcategories. Option set to shotgun pass 105 plays. You have 4 options. Passes selected. Run. Pitch, there are 7 categories. HD toss.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a toss right to Barkley. They find some open field here. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Run. Option is set to outside and up. Option is set to inside and up 50 plays. Inside. HB blunt dive.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47.
Cross button.
They'll go to Barkley again. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
There are 7 categories.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Square button. Cross button.
To throw, it's
Triangle
Carr.
button. Triangle
And
button.
the Broncos get there and take him down. DJ Jones collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack.
Cross button. Triangle button.
They're going to look to
Triangle
throw.
button.
Short pass to the tight end, Hollister. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Pulling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Wilson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
Entering play
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Categories.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. There's Wilson to throw. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Gets it to Gordon. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere.
Inside cross, spot. Inside cross.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Entering play call, shot, run, pass. Option is set to play action pass 6. Play converts, a post wide cross. Close puck cross.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Cross button. Cross button.
On play action, it's Carr.
Cross button. R1 button.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there.
Entering
He doesn't
play
get a
call.
lot, but he
Play
was
action
able to
pass.
get the feed
Runners.
down complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Run.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the
AHP
flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first
AHP
down.
misdirection. Counter Y. AHP misdirection.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Cross button.
Now Saquon Barkley. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Hail Mary is selected. Goal post.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
R1 button. Cross button.
Carr now to throw.
Triangle button. Square button.
And he'll look downfield for Waller. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 36-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. And the Raiders have got him. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Chandler Jones is now over 100 sacks in his career and has had at least 10 in each of his last 7 full seasons. Las Vegas, they got real good, real fast when they landed him in the offseason.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Wilson. Got his man, it's Dulcich.
Entering
That'll
play
go for
call.
a gain of
Coach
7.
suggestions.
And
There
3rd
are
and
6
8 now.
categories.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Coach suggestions.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Along Nichols. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Looking to throw. Wilson. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. Could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw is Wilson. Open man Hamler, that's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Two minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Cortland Sutton has shown plenty of times that he's a big-time player, capable of making the plays that you need to be a wide receiver 1 in this league. Now his goal is to return to his 2019 Pro Bowl 4, 776 yards in 2021. He picks up a 1st down there.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. They have 6 options. Return middle.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. 2 fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Triangle button.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Entering play call, play type, error, RPO, run, pass, screen pass, WR screen, play type, run, pass, option is set to play action pass 62, play, converts.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Carr.
R1 button.
He dumps it off to Barkley. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Circle button. Cross button.
From the gun, it's Carr.
Circle button.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Auction is set to Hail Mary 3. Hail Mary, there are 6 goal post. Hail Mary, goal post.
And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Cross button.
Carr.
Triangle button. Triangle
He'll
button.
look downfield for
Square
Waller.
button.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive.
Entering play call. Hail Mary, there are 6. Play type, run. Cat, run. FD run, there are FD dive. Auction is set to the 9th place. Auction is set to FD round 2. Auction is set to the 9th place. Draw, HB leg draw.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Cross button. Square
On the
button.
draw, this is Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
There are 2 categories. You have 2 options. RPO power peak is selected. RPO zone peak.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Circle button.
They'll run it again with Barkley. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. 53 yards on the ground for him so far. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Handoff. HB blunt dive.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. Gun plan. Player. There are 8 cat. Formation. There are 8 cat. Play type. There are 8. RPO. Run. Pass. Quick pass. There are Y stick. Stick.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Broncos are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
Denver's offense ready to go again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Sutton. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice
Entering
completion
play
there.
call,
Keeps the sticks moving.
suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Wilson. And this is incomplete.
Oh,
it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Again, Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wilson to throw. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Entering play, Y stick, stick. Goal line fake, stick. Option is set to undefined. Option, Y stick, stick. Goal line fade, double slant.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Triangle button. Cross button.
To throw, it's Carr.
Triangle button.
Slant to Adams. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Option is set to undefined. Run. Pass. Stick. Goal line fade. Stick.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Circle button. Triangle button.
Now Carr.
Triangle button.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Cross button. Triangle
Back
button.
to throw again.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Y stick. Goal line fake stick. Y stick. 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 Double slant.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Square button. Cross button.
To throw his
Square
Carr.
button. Cross button.
And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They'll run with Barkley. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were losers last time out to the 49ers, but right now they're on the right side of the scoreboard as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete. They made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
R2 button.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Shifts by him at the 25. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
Options with pitches selected. AHD stretch.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's got some space here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Entering play call. Run. On plan. Player. There are 8 catted. Formation. Play type. There are 8. Run. Inside. AHB blunt dive. AHB blunt dive. AHB dive.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Up the middle with Barkley. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw with Carr.
Triangle button.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Entering play call. Y-stick.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Triangle
Here's
button.
Carr.
Triangle button.
Out to Cole on the right side. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score.
Entering play.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Triangle
from the 24, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. First down Raiders, Carr to Waller. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't it? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down.
Triangle button.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 22 yards is selected. Gun plan. There are 8 player. There are 8 gun plan. There are 8 categories. Player. There are 8 formation. Play type. There are 8 run. Pass. With Y stick.
Carr gonna go on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the shotgun, Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
There are 6 categories.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this one too low.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now it's Wilson. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They're not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
On plan, there are 8 player, there are 8 cat formation, play type, there are 8 cat run, pass. Option is set to Hail Mary 3. Hail Mary, there are goal post.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball, and if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Triangle button. Cross button.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
That's interference. Defense.
And the first half, just like the end of the game, can't end with a defensive penalty. They'll have another play.
One more play, untimed. See what happens here.
The final shot here before half for Carr. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was the visiting Chargers who were able to come in and steal one on the road. Justin Herbert leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Kyler Murray throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. It's Mac Jones with a touchdown pass there. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Broncos in that first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gott.
Medium pass.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Holding offense.
Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays here, passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Now Wilson. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now Wilson on first down. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Entering play call, defend medium pass. You had 37 options. Cover 1 robber is selected.
On first down, Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, and 2nd down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They go play action with Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chandler Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Entering play call, defend medium pass. You had 37 options. Cover 1 robber is selected.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Back to throw. Wilson. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. A nice job of bringing that in, but why was he so close to the sideline there? They had all kinds of room in the flat.
A little bit of a lack of coordination between him and the quarterback, because both of them should have seen that room that was available, that space. Stop your route a little bit shorter, put it on him, and let him turn and get upfield.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Personnel, there are 8 categories. Play type, run, pass, run, FD run. There are 7 categories. You have RPO, run. Auction is set to draw 9 plays. HB led draw.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Triangle button. Circle button.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr.
Cross button.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. He's got it up to the 15. Showed off some fancy footwork there on the play. So the completion good for 7 there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Square button.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Triangle
Throwing
button.
now is Carr.
Triangle button. Triangle
Looking
button.
deep for Adams.
Triangle button.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Williams. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Entering play call, defend medium pass. You have 37 options. Cover 1 router is selected. On plan, there are 6 categories.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. That's Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Entering play call, defend medium pass. You have 37 options. Cover 1 robber is selected.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give up the middle to Williams. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Entering play call, defend medium pass. You have 37 options. Cover 1 robber is selected. On plan, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Wilson. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception returned for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. We have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Carlson on for the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Entering play call, special teams. We have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 25-yard line. Wilson getting right back to it after the pick six. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup of 38.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Got an open man. It's Washington. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
There are 6 categories.
On 2nd down, Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And not a whole lot there. He does get a cover, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
I just think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. The kick by McManus is good, and the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Return left is selected.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalposts, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Inside zone split.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff to Barkley. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up.
found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Square button. Triangle button.
Carr.
Triangle button.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and shorted the sticks.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Holding. Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Unplanned. There are 8 categories. Throw it, medium is selected. Coach. Unplanned. Player. There are 8. Formation. There are 8. Play type. There are run. Pass. Hook. White. Stick. Goal line fade. Cross button.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down.
Triangle button.
And that's complete to Adams. And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart, and even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to.
Inside handoff, AHB blunt dive, AHB blunt dive, AHB dive, AHB wham.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Auction is set to Hail Mary 3 plays. Auction is set to quick pass 13 plays. Quick, stick, double slants.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Square button.
Carr now to throw.
Triangle button.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos about set to go on offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At the 20.
He'll hand this one off to Gordon.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Being chased out left. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Coach suggestion, X Hatter, stretch alert bubble. Coverts contact, AHB quick base.
A first down carry for Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carr to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
There are 8 categories. Coach suggestion. Unplanned. There are 8 player. There are 8 formation. Goal line. Gun. Weak. Strong. Play tight. Run. Pass. Option is set to standard pass. Option is set. Quick. Twice. Stick. Double slant.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. The slant connects with Devontae Adams. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Entering play call. Y-stick. Y-stick. Play tight. Special. RPO. Run. Inside handle. AHB block. Inside zone split.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
With the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Run. Inside, AHB blunt dive, AHB blunt dive, AHB dive, AHB win, AHB/FK and guard, AHB win.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Cross button.
They'll run with Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Carr. And it's caught. Touchdown Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. So an important drive for them there. And they're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only 1 score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
Coach suggestions.
Carlson down to add the extra point.
Options. Selected.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Hunter Renfrow who capped things off with a touchdown reception.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. And just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by... And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth-quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture.
Inside, AHB blunt dive.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Inside and AHB blunt dive. Inside zone split. AHB dive. AHB win.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. FB dive is selected.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. On plan, there are player, there are formation, there are play type, there are personnel, play type, RP, special, pass, special, fick FGY, punt. Fick punt off tackle. Fick punt FD pass. Fick FG sprint out pass. Fick FGY shuttle. Fick FG sprint out pass. Fick FG holder blast.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have
So on 4th down,
options.
out trots the kicker in a big spot here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. We're staring that one down. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver's offense now set to go. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 25-yard line. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wilson. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Mullen. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Carlson on for the PAT.
15 options, that empty selected.
And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. There's Wilson to throw. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that on your center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many
Coach
times.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
Entering play call. Pass. Special. RPO. Run. Inside. AHD blunt dive.
Barkley inside handoff. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Now a first carry from their fullback. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
RPO, run. Option is set to the 9th place. Draw. There. AHB led draw.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Cross button.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's A.J. Cole now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And coming out now, the Broncos.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos
at their own 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 22, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter, that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Draw. There's HB mid-draw. Play time. Pass. Run. Auction is set to FD round 2 play. Auction is set to PD round 1 play. Auction is set to inside and off 50. HB blunt dive.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Barkley. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
Stick. Goal line fake. Slants. Stick. Slants.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. To throw, it's Carr.
Triangle button.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. DJ Jones getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Play type, run, RPO, special, pass, twice, stick.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Entering play, plan, coach suggestions, recent plays, personnel, play type, run, RPO, pass, with wise, stick, double slant, slants, double slant. Triangle button.
They'll go for it. It's Carr.
Triangle button. Square button.
Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, never a good time for a roughing call, but that's extra bad. They had to stop short of the line to gain on 4th down, but the personal foul going to keep this drive going. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Another try for Barkley. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got a great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
Johnson, Gillen Colas, Derek Carr, Hunter Renfrew, Saquon Barkley, Sack, Sprint HD misdirection.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed in intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Las Vegas, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.